Arata Kasuga, a young high school student, has a horrible but spiritual nightmare about Hijiri, his cousin, so he tries to save her, but suddenly wakes up to find that he is touching her in real life, but in an embarrassing way. Over breakfast, Arata tells Hijiri that he has grown up in every way, showing her a drawing she had given him when they were little, and making her blush. On the way to school, Arata notices that although everything is the same as always, he feels strange everywhere. Suddenly, he notices that the sun is completely black as if it were an eclipse, but Hijiri tries to convince him that this is nothing strange, telling him that the sun has always been like that. At that moment, a waifu passes by them and whispers to Arata that it is time to wake up. During class, Arata keeps thinking about it, so he takes advantage of the break to be alone on the terrace and think about it. But Hijiri appears and tries to distract him, insinuating herself in a very provocative way so that Arata will stop asking so many questions. However, he has a kind of vision in which he sees Hijiri disappearing, so he starts asking her several questions to see if it is really her. In the end, he ends up putting the supposed Hijiri in check by telling her that in the drawing she made when they were children, she did not draw the sun black. The situation gets very tense until the morning waifu shows up and shoots at the grimoire, the imposter in charge of everything. The waifu introduces herself to Arata as Asami Lilith, and explains that she is a mage. At that moment, the grimoire snaps its fingers and reveals that the city is actually completely destroyed and uninhabited. Arata begins to remember the accident that happened a few days ago in the city, and that took the lives of all the inhabitants. In addition, he remembers that Hijiri said goodbye to him by giving him a grimoire capable of creating and imitating all kinds of magic. The grimoire explains that because of that wish, the whole world exists. Asami tells Arata that she works for the Wizard Academy and was sent to investigate that world, so he orders her to destroy it if he wants her to let him live in peace. However, he refuses to let all his memories be forgotten and tells her that he chooses option C. So Asami takes him to the Magic Academy and on the way reveals to him that she is the same age as him. Asami introduces Arata in front of the whole class, and after answering some questions about his ideal girl, he explains that he is in the school because he created a parallel world with his grimoire, scandalizing the whole school, since only someone with the magical skills of a demon king is capable of doing something like that. The news travels fast through the corridors of the school, and Arata is taken to the director of the academy, who explains that magic has no limits, and a powerful magician is capable of doing anything. So Arata understands that he can bring back Hijiri. He also explains that he will be able to master magic if he can meet and conquer the Trinity 7, a group of powerful magicians and specialists in different types of magic. Upon leaving the meeting, Arata notices a strange presence on the roof, so a new waifu named Levi introduces herself to him as one of the Trinity 7, an expert in ninja techniques. She also tells him to look out the window, as two other Trinity 7 members named Akio and Mira are passing by. In the evening, Arata prepares to take a bath, but finds Hirigi in the shower and runs to tell Asami. She explains that it is probably Eren, another of the Trinity 7 who looks exactly like Hijiri. Arata notices that Eren follows him everywhere, so he decides to ask her if he can stop as he feels uncomfortable. However, the waifu replies that she is destined to marry the Demon King, so if the rumors about her powers are true, they will end up getting married. Upon returning to her room, Arata meets Asami and takes the opportunity to ask her for information about her grimoire, to which the waifu replies that its name is a Still Codex, a famous grimoire that possesses the knowledge of another world. Then, she begins to explain to Arata about the deadly sins, their archives, and their subjects of study. But the light of the place is suddenly cut, and they discover that mysteriously a magical barrier has been created around them, similar to what had happened in the city of Arata. The waifus are desperate to find a way out of the situation, as the room has no bathroom and all three happen to need to use it urgently. Arata comes up with the excellent and strange idea of cheating the grimoire with reverse psychology to find the magic seal that created the barrier, so the waifus collaborate to destroy it. After overcoming the obstacle, they desperately run to the bathroom and Arata discovers that Eren was behind everything to evaluate his powers and cunning. Lilith joins the conversation and asks Eren for explanations about his actions, so she explains that the director told her that Arata and his grimoire ways capable of creating a destructive collapse phenomenon like the one that took place in Arata City. So she did that to test him since the subject of study of his magic is ruin. Eren transforms into his Magus mode and breaks the limit that the grimoire had on Arata's magic so that his powers can be unleashed and carry out another collapse, no matter the danger involved, since magic should have no limits when it comes to being studied. Suddenly, Mira and Akio arrive from their mission and decide to put an end to the attack, even if it costs Arata his life. Akio violently assaults Arata with his incredible physics and seems to end his life with a single blow, but the collapse is apparently still taking place. Meanwhile, Arata appears in a new dimension and meets UI, who saved his life when she sees that Akio was literally about to wipe him off the face of the earth. She also shows him the disasters that the collapse is causing, which makes Arata desperate, as he can't allow something like this to destroy everything again. Yui tells him that he needs to find a subject of study for his magic. Otherwise, he will never have a purpose to live for. So Arata chooses injustice, the opposite of Mira's subject of study. He then returns to the academy and vows to put an end to the collapse despite Mira and Akio's warnings. Arata makes a pact with Grimoire and manages to access his Magus transformation, gaining enough ability to put an end to the collapse. To relax after everything that has happened, Arata and the Waifus go to the hot springs. They all ask Arata about his magic, as they don't know what he is capable of doing with it. Arata asks Asami to please show her what she can do with her powers, but the waifu replies that there is no point in doing so, as they are of different themes and types. But seeing Arata's insistence, the waifu agrees and explains that she is able to create weapons through alchemy. Arata asks his grimoire if he can do something similar, and it replies that it will try, doing it on the first try and leaving the waifus with their mouths open, since Arata has the power to copy other magicians. Days later, Arata and Asami go to the classroom as they always do, but discover that all the students have fallen into a deep sleep. Levi arrives on the scene and takes them to the principal, who explains that another collapse phenomenon is attacking the academy, and all the chaos is because Yui's magic has gone out of control, so the young people must get to work to return everything to normal. On the way, the waifus explain to Arata that Yui is the most powerful of Trinity 7, but that her power has been sealed because she is too unstable, and the only one capable of stopping her is the headmaster of the academy. The group must hurry to get there before Akio and Mira, as they would finish Yui off without a second thought. Little by little, the group gets around the different obstacles that arise due to Yui's magical instability, but when they were about to reach their destination, they meet Akio and Mira, who are capable of destroying anyone who gets in the way of their plans. So Levi has no choice but to confront Akio to give Arata and his waifus enough time. However, when they arrive at their destination, they discover that Yui's magic literally created a powerful dragon that they are unable to defeat easily due to the nature of her magic. Even though Akio and Levi decide to put their fight aside to make a truce against the dragon, so the responsibility falls on Arata, Levi guides him to use his magic in the most efficient way, and he manages to create a lethal attack, thanks to the alchemy he learned from Ezumi. Yui is brought to safety, so she cheerfully greets Arata to thank him. Days later, the school is shocked to discover traces of a collapsing phenomenon that broke out in the night. Mira interrogates the main suspects, namely Arata and Yui. However, both she and Asami notice that this time they are not responsible, so they decide to investigate in the library. Meanwhile, the waifus explain to Arata that a strange accident had happened 6 months ago in the library. A pair of twins entered the library to study, but one of them disappeared as if by magic and has never been heard from again. Then, the group goes into the library to get clues, but when Arata approaches to talk to Selena, the waifu journalist, a strange tremor hits the place, and they are all teleported to another place. Immediately, a strange attack threatens Arata, but Selena saves him. Arata quickly realizes that the person who attacked him looks just like Selena. The waifus reveals that she is Lieslotte Sherlock, Selena's twin sister, the last of the Trinity 7. She begins to confront her companions, since she has gone over to the dark side and has plans with Arata, so she has no problem putting Selena in trouble in order to carry out her goals. In addition, she reveals that after reading a forbidden book in the library, she became fit to harbor the powers of a demon king. Seeing that Lisa's power is far beyond the limits of the other waifus, Arata decides to intervene in the matter despite the warnings of her companions. However, she quickly notices that Lias knows all about Arata, revealing that she got all that information from biting Selena, so she proceeds to explain that she is capable of stealing magic and information. She also invites Arata to her side, telling him that it will be much easier to bring Hijiri back if he joins her. However, seeing that she will fail to convince him, Lise suddenly throws herself on him and kisses him, leaving a cursed mark on him and stealing his magic instantly, just as she did with Selena. Lise literally becomes the admin of the game thanks to Arata's magic, humiliating without a problem all the waifus, who lose hope of being able to defeat her. Fortunately for Trinity 7, Levi discovers that Lies hardly knows how to use the skills she has obtained, which represents a huge advantage to fight against her. So he performs a surprise attack with Mira, and they manage to put her in trouble. Lise realizes that the waifus discovered her weakness, so she decides to retreat, but first she warns them that the next time she sees them, she will already have her skills improved. Because of this, Akio and Mira decide to put Arata through intensive training so that he will be able to defeat Lise when necessary. Meanwhile, Yui helps Selena recover from her sister Lisa's cursed mark. However, Lisa's attack is much sooner than expected, causing a new collapse phenomenon at the academy. Fortunately, the headmaster of the school meets Lise just in time and confronts her. The waifu literally forgets that she is fighting the game's admin, who despite looking like a degenerate clown, humiliates the waifu without even trying a little. In fact, the power of the director is so great that the waifu is not able to see his grimoire, as only the most powerful magicians in the world could see it. However, the waifu appeals to feminine power to get rid of the headmaster, who cannot resist the charms of a girl much younger than him. Seeing that Lisa's attacks have begun, the waifus force Arata to copy Akio's magic, but he replies that his grimoire already copied that magic a long time ago. At that moment, the grimoire adopts its true form and leaves everyone open-mouthed. Meanwhile, the waifus detect that the powerful fight that was going on has come to an end, so they assume that the director let himself be defeated on purpose. At that moment, Lise arrives on the scene, but falls into a ninja trap set by Levi. Obviously, Lise frees herself from the trap without any trouble and approaches Selena to check on her. Selena tells her sister that if she is defeated by Arata, she will have to leave the dark side again. But Lise ignores her and decides to steal the waifus' magic to be able to defeat the warden. But Arata appears and prevents her. In addition, the waifus meet Sora, Arata's grimoire. When the fight breaks out, Sora guides Arata to help him win. But Lise realizes this and moves at incredible speed to confuse her. However, Arata manages to fight back and puts Laius in trouble. So the waifu channels a secret technique to put an end to the battle. Lise literally manages time as she wants, so Sora tells Arata that there's almost nothing left to do. However, he comes up with a brilliant plan, using Akio's magic on his tongue to destroy the dark magic core in Lisa's chest. Arata runs to embrace her to comfort her and make her understand that everyone wishes to see her doing good again, but the waifu says a tearful goodbye and tells him that no one who has used the time technique can continue to live normally. A ring of magical light surrounds the waifu and she disappears. Arata runs to Selena to tell her that he will do his best to get Lise back, and that he hopes she will do her best as well. Arata spends his days studying hard to rescue Lise and Hijiri, but this worries Asami and Sora, who warn him that it may cause him to have a magical breakdown. So Azumi offers to help him. At that moment, they hear a call from the director and go to his office. When they arrive, he explains that Arata will be the second in command of the censorship division, the organization in charge of defeating evil magicians who use magic perversely. In fact, he entrusts him with the first mission to go to the Liber Academy, one of the most prestigious magic academies, which was destroyed a few days ago. After studying intensively for days, Arata and the waifus begin the teleportation ritual to go to the other academy. But a mysterious attack interferes with the ritual, so the director does his best to get them there safe and sound. Upon arrival, they sense a strange presence throughout the place and become alert. Suddenly, Hijiri appears in front of Arata and greets him kindly, but Mira immediately attacks her. Sora explains to Arata not to worry, as the real Hijiri could repel that attack without any problems. Magically, the supposed Hijiri suddenly vanishes. Sora explains to Arata that that was not Hijiri, but a grimoire like her, called Ilia Fragment, who took Hijiri's appearance, just as she had done. After investigating the place for a while, Arata asks the waifus about the veracity of the information they received about the destruction of the academy. But Sora explains that the academy was probably transported to another dimension, while they are in a parallel dimension created exclusively to keep them trapped there. A group of enemies start attacking them, and Mira tries to use her Magus mode, but Sora quickly explains that the Magus mode is blocked in that dimension. So he tells Arata to take Mira away from there. Ilia appears at that moment and a confrontation with Sora breaks out. Meanwhile, Arata and Mira try to find a way to break the illusion of the dimension, so Mira tells him that they can look for the magic circles around the academy. Ilia and Sora's fight is an all-out display of magic, but unfortunately, Sora is locked in a spell by Ilia and leaves Arata to his fate. Elsewhere, Arata and Mira climb the clock tower in search of the magic circles. Mira feels comfortable for the first time being with Aratai, so she opens her heart and explains to him that she is so reluctant to people because her magic has always been above anyone else's, a reason that led her to isolate herself so as not to harm anyone, but that Akio's friendship helped her change her mind. Upon ascending the tower, Arata quickly discovers what has happened to Sora and rushes to meet Ilia, who surrounds Mira with enemies, and tells Arata that his only mission is to keep him in that world and that he has no plans with Mira, so he will destroy her. Arata despairs, but Sora mentally communicates with him and tells him that he must distract Ilia. Arata tells him to let Mira go, as he will stay in the world without resistance, a condition the waifu accepts. However, she betrays him almost immediately, confessing that she will destroy Mira and use Sora as a source of infinite energy. Arata goes mad and loses control of his powers, emanating a massive burst of magic. Sora explains to Ilya that this is the true form of Arata's power, Astral Trinity. Thanks to his power, Arata is able to bring the world Ilya created under his dominion, taking away his control, so Mira and Sora regain their powers. Seeing that Arata is out of control, they act together to distract him and seal the demeaning power that causes his unconsciousness. Arata forgives Ilya for everything he has done, and thanks her for taking care of him the time he supplanted Hijiri in the real world. This moves the waifu, so she decides to give him all her power to try to get out of that world. They all make a strong attack to destroy the Black Sun, but Arata is devastated. The other waifus arrive just in time and take Arata to put him to rest. Hijiri sees everything from afar and regrets that Arata is now his enemy. In the middle of the night, Arata is visited by Hijiri, who blushes at seeing him again. They both say goodbye emotionally, as they know that one of them will have to finish the other, as their goals stand in the way. Hijiri tells her that she can't let him recover, as Astral Trinity's power is too much even for someone like her, so she channels a strong attack to finish him off, but Azami arrives just in time and saves him. However, Hijiri is too powerful for her. She even performs an ultimate transformation and makes them tremble. Fortunately, Aren arrives just in time with a spear capable of neutralizing magic and saves them. Then, Mira and Akio arrive on the scene to join the fight, but Hijiri tells them that she will take advantage of the fact that the Academy is unprotected to bring calamity to the place. The waifus explain to Arata that Hijiri must be part of Iscariot, an evil organization that was behind all the magical destructions of recent times. In addition, Mira sees through her crystal ball that the Academy is already under attack. Levi is confronted by Luff, a powerful thief who is one of Iscariot's top brass. Levi knows she's not on Luff's level, but she does everything she can to buy time for her teammates to reach Academia, while UI protects Selena and all the waifus in the Academy with her powers. Levi realizes that he has no choice but to use his ultimate attack to finish off Luff, causing the headmaster and UI to despair, as that attack will cost Levi his life. Luff is terrified at the sight of Levi's powerful attack, but realizes that it is not as powerful as it seemed and repels it. However, that was not Levi's final attack, but he used a special technique as a screen to escape. Meanwhile, Asami and the other waifus work together to repair the transporter so they can return to the Academy. Luff finds Levi and the fight breaks out again. Unfortunately, Luff decides to get serious and uses his secret techniques to lethally attack Levi and knock her out. Seeing this, UI becomes desperate and endangers her spell, so Selena asks her to trust her and comes out of the spell to confront Luff and help Levi. She does her best, but obviously fails to stop Luff. However, she had an ace up her sleeve. Use her camera to capture a fragment of Lisa's soul and exchange her place in space and time with her. The waifus strategically collaborate to destroy each of Luff's special weapons, but unfortunately, Hijiri arrives on the scene just in time and threatens to end their lives. Especially Lies, whom she considers a traitor for switching sides again. Hijiri begins to channel a powerful attack, but Arata and the other waifus arrive just in time to defeat Hijiri and Luff. Arata and the waifus have no choice but to use Magus mode. In the distance, the headmaster observes everything with the mysterious figure that was there before, which is revealed to be the headmistress of the Liber Academy. They both place bets on who will win, but the headmaster has a suspicion that Arata will be the victor. With Yui's help, Akio destroys the last of Luff's powerful weapons and knocks her out, while the other waifus perform an incredible distraction maneuver to lower Hijiri's impenetrable guard. So Arata is able to channel a super attack through one of Azami's shots. Hijiri is miraculously defeated and Arata rushes to assist her. The waifu explains to him that she has done everything solely for him, explaining that she created a whole world to keep him away from the harsh reality she had to live in. As she lives in a kind of limbo where she can see different dimensions and has seen how Arata destroys and rebuilds the world over and over again, together with the Trinity Seven. Arata reassures her and tells her that in this dimension he will be able to control the power of Abyss Trinity. Hijiri bids him farewell, and Liber's director takes the fragment of her soul, telling Arata that she is still alive somewhere and that he will have her under his protection in case he gets out of control. Days later, Arata spends the evening together with his waifus to relax a bit from everything that has happened in the past few days, looking up at the sky and promising Hijiri that the next time they see each other they will be able to see the world they love so much. The end. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and click the bell icon to get new anime recaps.